Hello guys, welcome back to the Transport Fever series, episode number 2. The last time we went a bit over the movement. We made some changes in the play folder so that we have some more map options available. We can also change the depth of tunnels and the height of bridges a little bit better. That is all in episode number 1, and then we did the first mission of the campaign. So we'll continue with that. Campaign.
Mankind is constantly creating amazing new inventions.
Mission
the
number
island
2.
Of Java, tropical jewel in the midst of the Indian Ocean, conscientiously administrated by meticulous Dutch bureaucracy. The year is 1870, and the colony is undergoing a transformation. Recently, individuals have been allowed to lease farmland and manage plantations. The fertile land offers ideal conditions for exporting a multitude of colonial goods. Off on the way to an exotic experience. The Dutch East Indies.
So we're in
Surely
Indonesia
the most
somewhere.
Exemplary colonial empire under the sun. With luscious fruits and cheap labor in abundance. You act on behalf of the colonial administration. A gifted talent in the art of engineering, you have been appointed to modernize the local transport sector. Complete this task to the satisfaction of the Crown. If you do, even the post as governor might be in store for you. Transport is a much sought-after service on this scarcely civilized island. Eating draft animals such as oxen is punishable by law. That's why the colonial administration has commissioned you to build a railroad so that the plantation business prospers. The delicious coffee is supposed to be transported from the fertile hinterlands to the facility near town for processing. Anyone set on building wisely and cheaply avoids unnecessary slopes. Perform the necessary surveying work.
Okay, let's have a look, first of all, on what the situation is here. What do we have on this map? Okay, a little bit of an island map. We are in the West Indies, or whatever it was called. Indonesia nowadays, but not in 1870. February 11th, 1870, we are apparently. We have some coffee berries over there. And we have some coffee beans over here, and beans, to be able to get those beans, we need to bring berries over, because if we click on this, the rule is that we need coffee fruits into coffee beans, 1-to-1. So we need to bring in with 1 fruit. If we bring in 100 fruits, we're gonna make 100 beans. Basically, that's what that does. We also see some sugarcane plantation over there. And we also see that in Surabaya over here, they need coffee and they need sugarcane. So somewhere or another, you can already see what is going to happen. We're gonna bring berries to this computation. We are gonna bring coffee to the city. We are also gonna bring sugarcane to this thing. There is also another town, which kind of suggests we're gonna bring people around as well. That is more or less what we're gonna do in this mission by the looks of it. What he wants to do now is he gave us already a little bit of track, as we saw when he went over it. So what is going on here? Let's see. The Semarang coffee plantation. Okay, so this is what we call Semarang coffee cargo, I guess. And that track goes over there. So again, we are using the W and then Q and E to sort of follow our track. It showed us this here. This is a passing by that we probably have to connect at some point. So I think what we need to do now is sort of... Oh, we're not building yet. He wants us to activate the height layer. That is available. That's what we were looking for the other mission. It gave us option number 3 here in our legenda on the data layer. which is the menu button on your controller, I think, if you play with a controller. We can just click on this symbol here in the corner and it will give you 9 different options. What you can also do is use your numpad. So one is this layer, which will show you the height on the map, and you want to stay sort of in the same thing. Every time you cross a line,
a route from the thriving plantation across treacherous terrain to the processing factory where the coffee fruit is husked.
okay. So if you have these lines over here with the height layer, every time you see a line, it's more or less going 10 meters higher. You can see we are about 30 something meters here. If we go into the next zone, then it goes 40 meters. You can move your mouse over it, and over here it says height at the mouse cursor, and it will tell you where you are. 80 meters, 90 meters, 100 meters, 110. So every line is 10 meters basically. And we are here at the moment, let's say on sea level. If you put your mouse here, and then you can see if you put your mouse there, it's 11 meters. So we can just pretty much keep building. As long as we do not cross any of these lines, where it will be either 10 meters lower or 10 meters higher. So we're going to put it right here, and obviously we need a station here which connects to that plant over there. So we're going to go buildings, cargo. We'll turn that thing around somewhere in that order. You can always rotate your map so that you can actually see where you're going. Hold C so that it doesn't clip automatically. Then you can bring it closer by to the road if you want. Something like this. You like it? Or do you want a bit more southwards? A bit more in that area? That is also possible. You can put it like this and click. Fine. If you hold C, you can avoid the game putting it always straight up and clipping. Now it's still connected, as you will see in a second. There we go. Now the only thing we have to do is connect this little bit here. Okay, don't like that. We had speed loss, so I'm going to remove that track again and try to make it that it's 120.
A depot is needed.
And he obviously wants us to put a train on that thing, which also needs to be built somewhere in this area apparently. We can do that. Now the question is, can we make it in such a way that it can go both ways? It's gotta be sharp, I think. We can probably fit it in if we do it properly. Will not have much speed, but that doesn't matter. It just comes out of the depot. It will never have much speed. So you can do pretty sharp corners if it allows me to build it here.
Purchase a complete train, including locomotive and freight cars.
He wants us to buy a train with 4 freight cars which can transport the coffee fruits, obviously. So what is this thing here? This is the Surabaya export factory. So this is the coffee beans, we'll call that building. And that one we will call the coffee fruits plant station. There we go. We have a building. What does he want now? He wants us to buy a train first. We'll look at cargo and we'll see what we have available. This time we have 2. Unlike in the previous episode where we only had 1 available. We can have the gondola, which can only... we have to look at the cargo type, obviously. It can only transport sugar cane, so that's no good. We have to use this one, and I think he said we had to buy 4. So you use 1, 2, 3, 4. We also can see that it can do 50 kilometers an hour. So if we have some more vehicles available, we do. We have this thing here which can still do 40, and we have this thing which can do 45. So the 45 we'll put it in front of it, and we'll buy that thing.
The coffee fruit can now be brought from the plantations on its way to further processing.
So now we need to create the route. So this is a cargo line. We are going by our coding again. So CT for cargo train, number 1. And it's coffee fruits to Surabaya. And it has to go from that plantation to Surabaya. There we go. And now we click on this thing. We will color it red as well. We'll call it CT01 coffee fruits. That's all we need to know. We can always check the code in our line manager to see what is actually where it's going or which city. So I always, the line you make a bit more longer, and then I could also just call it CT1. That is good enough. Up we go, and play. We'll do speed times 2 as we did before, that things keep moving a bit. Now we know they need coffee here, so more than likely I don't know if we can build. I don't think we can build. They probably have to deliver first. We know our line is working because if we zoom in here, you can see above your icon on the let's call this coffee fruits or something, because the other one is also coffee. There we go. You can see there is an icon above it, which means that we know there is things on the platform. You can also click on it and then it will just tell you 19, 20, it's going up, right? So it is producing. That's one way of seeing if it has connection. The other way is to click on the building itself, the industry itself, and it will tell you it's producing 200. It is now shipping 43. Why is it shipping? It's shipping whatever the consumers are. Consumers need 47. It's going up. It's step by step putting things out, and then transporting. As soon as we deliver them, then the transport number in that company will go up as well. Obviously, you want to get this to blue 100%. That's what it wants you to do. Here's our boy, slowly arriving. I think we played on ×4, didn't we? Yeah, well, let's play on ×4 in these campaign missions. And now we can follow him. If we want to. A little steam train with coffee. Once the fruits are delivered, then that plant over there, which is connected to this station, it can start producing coffee beans, and then more than likely we need to deliver those to the city.
What a superb railway! It provides the local plantation leaseholders with truly valuable services. Still fresh from the fields, the fruit quickly reaches the factory. From there, the colony's delightful coffee must be brought to the warehouses and offices in the port for export. That shouldn't be left up to the local laborers, no way! Too easygoing, too inefficient, too unreliable. Specially built stations are called for, so that the first-rate coffee makes it into town undamaged. If need be, stations that can be guarded against plundering hordes.
So, he wants a station over here. At the moment we only need one depot. Makes it a bit cheaper. We hold C so that it doesn't clip, so that we can make it as long as we want, and we have a little bit of a guide path. There we go. Now it's going to drop coffee in here, so what we are doing, we are configuring it and put some extra cargo on it. They usually give us enough money to do this. There we go. So now we have a capacity of 100 on the terminals. If we do 5, that's what we always do. So that's done, and then he wants us to build another one here. Apparently he wants us to demolish this thing, because although we have a truck unload stop, this should be fine, but that action is currently not allowed. So we cannot put just an unload stop here and leave it be. No, he wants us to demolish this place here. Just like he did in the last mission where we had to demolish a house to put a train station. Something similar is happening here. So we'll turn it around. With M and N, if you hold shift you can do little steps, then hold C before you move it, and then it will not clip that. So something like this. Only one building will be removed this way, unlike otherwise we're gonna have to remove these 3.
Ready to go. Nothing stands in the way of speedy transportation to the local seaport anymore. Send the freight cars of coffee on their way.
Establish a route between the new stops and allocate at least 4 appropriate vehicles to the route. So in this case, one platform is fine because we are just unloading here. Now, next thing we're gonna do is have a look at the situation by pressing numpad 3, or you can open the filter and go to the next one, but that is fine. We just do numpad 3. That will tell us that this is a commercial area, that is okay. The industrial area is over there, the residential area is over there. If you click on a city, you will see that the quality at the moment is very good. If you're gonna put a depot somewhere in the residential area, that is going to not be appreciated by the city. You want to put your road depots, which we need a road depot here, either in commercial or industrial. I usually put it in industrial, but we're probably gonna have to, going by what is built there, we need to bring sugarcane over there. That's going to have to come. You see, you can sort of see the path already. They left the path there to make a train there. So we're probably gonna build a station over here in the industrial area. So we will do the depot over here. They sort of build us a road here, so it's sort of like they meant it to be over here or something, which is fine. Will not mess too much with our emissions. There we go. This is the Surabaya RD, and this is TD. In case we ever need a TMD, which is the tram. Those are codes that I use that make sense to me. So depots are built, we can buy vehicles, we just need a line now. Let's make sure that the line is connected. Clicking on that station here, that connects right there, that's fine. That's all we need to know. So it will put beans out here and it will unload them there. And we will also tell them to do that. So apparently we are doing coffee beans. This is cargo line. Line is everything on the road for me. So that's why I use cargo line, bus line, tram line. So that's like CL, BL or TL. Number 1, this is coffee beans to Surabaya. And that needs to go from there to there. Now you can tell them on Surabaya branch, you can just call it beans, and this is Surabaya, let's say coffee delivery, let's call it that for now. And you can say, okay, on Surabaya beans I want you to only pick up coffee beans, and on the delivery I just want you to unload Click on the word load, we'll unselect all of these. You can just leave the unload on, it will only unload what it picked up in beans anyway, but if you want to do it properly you can say like, okay, only unload the coffee beans. In case you expand that station later and you have other lines, then it will not pick up the wrong thing or drop out the wrong thing, something like that. Another reason why your stations might go wrong otherwise. That's that. What did you say? At least 4. So we click on cargo and see what we have available. 18 kilometers an hour, capacity of 4, and it can carry all of the items. 20 kilometers an hour, this one has 5 capacity, and this one has 5 as well. So we can either use the European covered carriage, or we can use the open flatbed. Let's do the open flatbed. We want to buy at least 4, he said. If he wants us to, there we go, 4 of those, at least 4. Then we just buy 4. We will color them the color that we had for cargo line 01. We'll call it beans. Ctrl C to copy, and then on the rest you do Ctrl V to paste. Quick and easy, and they're all named the same.
The factory now finds itself in a laudable position by sending processed coffee into town to experience considerable growth. Oh no! Lucas, the capable engineer on your locomotive, seems to have vanished from the face of the earth, or anywhere else for that matter. Time to find a stand-in, right away. Would one of the natives be able to meet this difficult challenge?
Okay, while we're waiting on the coffee, he wants us to do our first bonus mission, so we'll accept that.
Several locals show an interest in learning the decidedly noble profession as locomotive engineer. A practice route for training purposes is needed. Meanwhile, certain signs are feeding horrible rumors about the indigenous tribe's diet.
Okay, he wants a test track here with 2 small stations. So, small station, terminus, smallest available, 1 track, 80 kilometers an hour. That's fine. We'll put one here somewhere. We'll put somewhere over here. We'll put another one. And we'll connect those 2 quickly. There we go. We obviously also need a train on it, so we'll do that. Building.
The correct way to drive the vehicle must be practiced first, so that potential passengers are not scared off right away. In the meantime, some hard-to-digest news reaches you. Your skilled worker is said to have fallen victim to a bloodthirsty tribe of cannibals.
We'll buy the cheapest train available. There we go. We'll call this this is a cargo train, I guess. Cargo train 000 in this case, because we're not going to use that for anything else then. This is our test train.
Thanks to your reliable deliveries, the factory is working far above par, although it would certainly be capable of processing much more, virtually colossal capacities of coffee. You should weigh the idea of increasing the transport volume, because coffee from the colony is a commodity in great demand in parlours and salons on the continent. 1 train isn't enough to adequately supply the factory with coffee fruit. A passing siding is needed so that a 2nd train can use the line.
We'll have a look in that in a second, but we'll first get this bonus mission going. So we built 2 small stations, we put a depot next to it, we bought 1 locomotive. We just want to go, I think he needs to drive 1500 meters up and down. So we're gonna get this train going. We'll keep an eye on it. If it has 1500 meters, we will sell them and probably delete everything that we just put in here. It's only gonna cost us money. Every station that you have on the map and your track, they're only costing you money. So Once this bonus mission is done, we delete everything before it. So we'll put this one on, and so that he can do his 1500 meters. There he goes, and the meters are ticking very quickly, so we'll just keep an eye on this. We will just do this bonus mission, get this gold medal, and then we'll move on with the next of the missions. This thing is not going to take that long. We're probably training a new driver or something because the first one was drunk. I think we can send them back to the depot actually. So you click on it and you click on that little house thing over here.
Good news.
And send them to the
locomotive
depot.
engineer has returned safe and sound. While you pictured him in the stomachs of savages,
Okay, so in this case we're gonna stop him. Stop. We're gonna turn him around, and then we're gonna click him on the house because he was already past that line. So we're gonna send him to the depot. Send to the depot. There he goes. Unstop him, and I will just drive in. There we go. And seeing this was a bonus mission, he's never gonna come back to this. This bonus mission is over. We got the gold medal on the top. So this is never. So this is something you can do immediately. Bit stupid, but it is what it is. Okay. The only thing we have to do now is click on that depot and sell this train. This locomotive we just bought, we sell it again. Now that thing is empty, and now that that thing is empty, we can also sell that depot. And then you can click on your, over here on that mountain thing, which is your terrain tool. You click on assets, click on the trees, put it a little bit further. There we go. Look at that. We were never here. And the first bonus mission is done. Now, let's see what his problem was with this thing. He wants us to connect the first and the second highlighted. Yeah, this is to make a passing over here. We already saw that. So we're gonna make these connections.
the trains should wait for each other on the passing siding. This requires placing signals.
We'll select the train thing again. This time we are looking for signals. There they are. Select one. Now obviously what is going to happen here, we want this train to go on this track, so we're going to put one right here. You need to make sure that your passings is at least as long as the longest train that you have. Otherwise, if your train is stopping there, it's basically a stop sign. That's what these signals are.
If the plant is to be used to its fullest capacity, another complete train is needed.
Now, let's have a look how long this track is. No, it's okay. So because what now it's going to do, there's always going to be a train waiting here. Because what you can also do is you can just double track everything. Then they will never wait on each other. Now they have to wait here. It's going to cost you money as well. Now, he also wanted, obviously, because we have a passing. What is also a thing with these boys here. This is a stop. It's always going to look at the next stop. The only problem is that we don't see the next stop. Every station has built-in stops. So these signals are in the station, although we do not see them, they are in the station. So this thing is going to look at that station and say like, okay, you know, that's the next stop. That train, this train is going to wait until the other one comes back. And then there is the next signal that he sees. And as soon as this train goes by, the one arriving here, he will look at this signal over here. And then he will look from this signal, he will look at the next station. If there is nothing on the block from from that fruit, the fruit over here, the coffee fruit, to that light, like where it is now. Now there is a train on this section, on this part of the section. So if there would be another train, then he's gonna stop on that signal number 1. Meanwhile, if there was a train waiting here on signal number 2, he will be moving on now because this one has passed on the other signal. So that's how we're sort of always look at the next signal for these stations. If you double track it, then you can put signals on both sides, obviously. Now, you can build a completely new train, or you can just click on this train, manage vehicle, and then that symbol things comes up here, and one of these things is this double square thing here, which is clone the vehicle. If we do that, there we go.
Wherever coffee production thrives, business and prosperity flourish too. Thanks to the railroad, the port town of Surabaya has become a lively trading centre for countless goods and services. All kinds of people from all corners of the island want to do profitable business here. That's why the colonial administration has commissioned you with setting up a passenger line from Semarang to Surabaya. Time to build a line which will soon link the key trading hubs in Eastern Java.
Okay, there we go. What I did meanwhile, while he was jabbing about, is I recolored. Also my second train, I gave him the same color, and we copy pasted the name so that they are both. You can also make them train 1 and train 2. That is up to you. I like to keep things going. That I can click on that train. If there are many trains going in here, then I can see like, oh, this is a coffee fruit train. And here you see the signal in progress. This signal checks if there is a train on this route, which there is, so it stops. So this one stops. Right? This signal will see if there is a train on this platform. If there is not, he will just keep on going. So this train just keeps going because there is no train on here. You sort of have to look at these signals as a stop sign. I'm focusing on the signals now because it's quite important that you understand how that works, because otherwise you might make mistakes later on. Meanwhile, here we have the towns again. He wants us to connect the towns with a railway, which means we need a passenger station over here and over there, and we want to bring people to the station. So this is how I do that. First thing I do when he talks about passengers, and I'm like, we need to bring people to the station, otherwise there will be not many people. So you press on 3. Now the question is, can we build streets here? We can actually this time, unlike in the previous mission that we played. So what I like to do is connect my streets immediately. If he wants to. Okay, he doesn't want to. We'll come down a little bit. I see why. This is a tube. I see. Let's upgrade that one. There we go. Okay. We're sort of trying to make some route going that makes sense to us. Bus stop we want, and we want somewhere in the green zone we want a bus stop, in the yellow zone, and then preferably in the blue zone as well. One over here. That thing is gonna drive like this. We'll put the blue bus stop over here somewhere. It's not great because it's gonna interfere with our trucks, but also something you have to always look at. And then if we put it somewhere around here for the yellow zone, and then we create quickly a line in Surabaya. That will be a bus line. I'm assuming we have passenger vehicles available, but we'll see what we have available. Worst case scenario, I think there are always trams available from 1850, in case they did not give us trams. We want to go from there to there and then to there, and then the game will figure out, he wants us to drive this route. That's exactly what it did. Now the question is, can we get a vehicle for buses or something? We can. We have stagecoaches available and also lobbyisant. We are a few years later, obviously. This one carries 5 people. Normally, the general rule is 1 per bus stop that you have, but yeah, actually, we can do 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll give them a little color, and we'll just call them bus line 1. That's that, and then we will copy them, paste, paste. There we go. And bus line 1, in our list of lines, we can see that bus line 1 is Surabaya. So we can just call this bus line 1. We can always check our lists. We have everything available now, I see. That also means that here on the right, these 5 icons, they were not available in the first episode that we did. They are now available. These are your statistics. Lines, towns, vehicles, stations, and industries. So then you can, for instance, do this. You can see, then you can see all your lines here. This is the line statistics, the vehicle statistics. There you can see what is vehicles that you have, how many you have, what is the situation. You can filter on condition. In case you need to replace them, you can immediately see which ones are bad. Okay, very bad. Bus line 78 or whatever, then you can replace those immediately by going to your vehicle manager and select bus line 78. This is a quick, easy way to do this thing. What is this? The station ones. Yep. This will show you in case there is a problem with any of your stations that you have on the map. We have over here Semarang Cargo, Coffee Fruits. It's mediocre. That kind of means that we have a overload on that station. As you can see, we do have an overload on that station. The way we can solve that is by putting some extra storage buildings over there, or by putting another train on the line. That will solve that. That's just all the things that you can learn. Do we have vehicles on this thing here yet? Yes, we do. Okay. So we put 3 on them, I think. Yeah, we put 3 on there. So people are now already moving around town. And then of course we will see that we can put the station over here, which is close to this, so that people can get to the station. And they want us to connect both of these cities, so obviously we're going to do exactly the same here. Press numpad 3 for the layer usage here, that we can see what is going on, and then figure out what we're going to do here. We obviously want the bus stop as well, somewhere in the green zone. Let's put it in the middle, why not? We want to go somewhere to blue, why not? And we want to go somewhere to yellow, why not? As you can see, that's going to be a problem, so we're going to have to make some maneuvering working. We'll connect that, and we'll just go straight here. We're deleting some buildings. They will be rebuilt very quickly by the game. The game will do that for us, but now we have a circle going around. We do a new line. Bus line 02, which is Semarang. We can even call that also light green, because they are so far away from each other. And we want to go 1, 2, 3. The game figures out how we want this thing to drive. So problem solved. We'll put a depot, buildings, road depot. We don't have one here. We know the industrial zone is over here, so if we can smash it in somewhere here, would be nice. There we go. We put 3 of these boys on, just like we did on the other line. Collect them, color them. And this time it's bus line 2. Now if you have many lines going in the same city, obviously then you might want to potentially recolor the other line. So that's that. Not sure what he did over here, but he made a mess about it here. You can always go into the terrain tool and smoothen that out a little bit, so that the game figures it out a bit, because we are building a station here in a second. So now this station, if I click on it, it covers everything here. So if I put the train station here, everything from this bus stop will walk to our train station, so that is not a problem. Even here we can put it, and that's probably exactly what we will do. We also know that at some point we're gonna have to pick up this this thing here, so it might not be a bad idea to actually put that station over here and make it a true station. So we'll make a passenger station. Let's make it 160, I think is the standard normally in this tutorial thing. I'm gonna put it a bit sideways, because we know we're probably gonna have to go that way behind us. There we go, that's good enough for now. Now we're gonna click on that bus stop here and see if it connects to that station. It does, so that problem is solved. And now we're gonna do something similar here. I'm very tempting to remove this road here. See, there's not much happening here. And put a terminus here. For the pointing sideways, that way. Now, is this bus stop connected? It is, but we probably want to make it a little bit faster for those people. Let's not want to do that though. 100,000 for a small road? Sure. We'll do that. Then the people can go from here immediately to the bus stop. Configure. Let's put a roof there on that last one, because for some reason they didn't. Okay, now we need to see that we keep low enough here. Train, tracks. 1-1. Here we go. As long as we stay right of that line, we are more or less on the same height. Not a fan of that though. Let's have a look at the situation here. He wants us to climb a bit, I think. I sort of want to come from there and then try to make this turn. The game wants to do that for us. Would be nice. It's pretty of an incline though. We probably could go with a little tunnel here through the mountain to keep more speed. Probably not be a bad idea. Let's see if that works. Yeah, there we go. It pulls the tunnel straight through it. Then bring back our tunnel. Something like that. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. but we wanted a bit more sideways then. I'm okay with that. Too much curve. Okay. Make it a bit longer then, that gives you more time to turn. How about that? Seems to be happy with that. Yep. Good enough. Smoothen it out, please. I will cheat a little bit by using a bit of a color here. There we go. Oh, that's a bit dark. That's the easiest way to get rid of these things. Just color it a bit. Using the paint tool doesn't cost you anything, so that's something you can do. We're okay with that. Pretty smooth. We still have room to double track it if needed, which we're probably gonna have to do. Here we have the same problem here. Now we need to go to there somewhere. Okay, fine. And something like this. Okay. Oh, okay. And connect.
The railroad has been completed. Curiosity runs high. Time will tell if passenger transportation really is. A formidable enterprise like yours calls for a suitably first-rate branch office. After all, you're not just anybody.
What does he want now? We'll smoothen it out here a bit. And then we'll use the paint tool for the rest. Doesn't cost us that much money. Like it's not even a big mount. And here we go a bit darker probably. There we go. We go assets, remove the trees. Not so big, okay. Just a few here next to the line. That's okay, and we'll put some extra ones here and here. There we go. Smooth. Okay, it wants us to transport 25 people, and then there is a new bonus task which came in. We'll first do the 25 people, I guess. We are bringing people around the towns already. We just need a train. Can we get a train from that depot onto this track? Probably not. Probably the best way to do it is over here somewhere. Yeah. So we'll put the track. Not a fan of that. Let's turn there. And come back here as well. Okay, smoothen it out a little bit again. Also want to look a little bit neat. That's the idea. There we go. Like we were never here before. Train, building. Turn the thing around. Connect it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. But we'll sort it out with our smoothing tool. Okay, and now we'll paint it a bit. And then remove some of these trees. And then put some more trees back around the thing, like we were always here in this depot. Okay, what do we need to transport 25 people? Okay, new line, which is our first passenger line, probably also our last since it's a very small map. Semarang. to Surabaya. It has to go from there to there. That's on that part of the map. And we need a train. Cargo, no, passenger. We can carry 8 people. Okay. 50 kilometers an hour. 1, 2, 3. Same story here. We'll take the fastest train available, which is this one. There we go. And this is passenger train 001. And there is our boy. Can carry 24 people. He will go up and down. People will get to the station when they figure out there is a train. We know this bus stop is linked to that station, so he will go there, and we also know that this bus stop is going there. You can always click on that people and see. You see people going to this bus stop, going to the station. Here they come. They're gonna wait on the train, so it will work. While we're waiting on all that stuff, let's see what's going on with this here. Bonus mission number 2.
Build a prestigious residence that is unrivaled on the whole island.
It wants us to build a headquarters. Let's build our headquarters here on the hill or something. You do that by clicking on the $sign next to your account, the left bottom of your screen. Go into headquarters right there, and then build it. We'll rename it RMD Transport, and we will build it somewhere around here. In the forest.
A truly attractive estate, but a veritable
and whatever you name it will be on the board over there, the little billboard, RMD Transport.
Rumor has it that a wise old woman knows how you could rid yourself of the snakes in your walls. She's supposed to be in Surabaya.
And now we can sort of connect this a little bit, some sort. Let's make a little road here in front of our headquarters, and then connect that road. There we go, and then you can mess around with that as much as you want. Give you an example. Go into assets again, scroll through the back all the way. You have some light posts that you can put there. You have some benches that you can put in front of it or next to it, whatever you want. Yeah, we put the road a bit close, but you could, for instance, put some benches next to your entry gate over there. Put some benches. Oh, they can still fit next to it, but it's a bit sharp. But you get the idea. You can put some hay around it if you want. That's more of a hay field around it, or some grass. You have some rocks available that you can all kind of do things with. So that's our HQ. Just a little bit of a cabin, of a shed to start with. Obviously, makes sense. Our company score at the moment is 6.
Uh-oh. It's rumbling in the island's interior. The mighty volcano Merapi threatens to erupt. A phenomenon like this wasn't reckoned with while planning the route. The natives claim that someone has probably angered one of their gods. Whatever the case, if the precious coffee fruit is supposed to be transported by rail in the future too, then it's imperative that something be done. It seems worthwhile to remove the infrastructure if it's not supposed to be buried under ashes and lava.
Okay, all in all, step by step. The next thing we're going to do is follow the clue, because that was the next thing that came up. That was while we were building our passenger station, the bonus task came up. So we will first do that before we do all the rest. We need to find the wise older in Surabaya. That's over there somewhere. Click on the question mark.
The old woman says she doesn't know a thing. but you should try your luck with her cousin in Semarang, who has a knack for the art of snake charming.
Okay, apparently the cousin lives in that house over there.
The snake charmer declared that you've probably angered the mighty snake goddess with your projects. The snake priestess of Mount Merapi is the only one who could remedy the situation.
They want us to find a temple. Here is one. Nothing happens, so this is not it. So there are more question marks around. There we go. There is another one over here, but this is in the forbidden zone, so that's probably also not it. Nope. And there are two more. We have nothing to cross here, so probably not that one either, but there we go. Clicked on that one, and
the
guess what?
priestess has spoken. The only way she is willing to call off her children is if you make a sacrifice to the great snake goddess. Coffee, the priestess prophesied, will be the sure thing to appease the goddess.
So we found this one. Now it appears to be needing of coffee. We have a coffee truck station over there, so we can make a second line. We just need to get this thing delivered. So what we're going to use here is a little bit of this road. Not ideal. We do this. It's going to be a steep climb for our horses. Yeah, it is what it is. You can start sort of over there and do it in little steps. Still going to be a steep climb no matter what though. Especially here at the end. Now here we can just do this. Then do that, but I think I want that. Because these dirt roads are surprisingly actually better. This is 40 kilometers an hour, that's the same as that road over here. So we can do the small one over here. There we go. And then we can upgrade this one to the small one as well. Still a steep climb though. Those horses are gonna suffer up there, but... And we want some coffee to be brought over here, which we normally should be able to do just with an unload stop. We just need to make sure that it lights up this temple. Well, we can go far back though. We can go all the way up here. That's not a bad idea. It lights up over here, so you don't need to. They don't need to let them do the climb. You can just make them go here. It will still up, but we'll do it somewhere a bit properly. Somehow the game connects this, so we let them climb a little bit, right? But we could have done it lower though, that we didn't have the steep climb. That works very well, by the way. That thing was not even on the map. Let's put it here. It still lights up, and it's still they still need to do a bit of a climb. We'll smoothen this out a little bit with the terrain tool. But at least that they don't lose too much speed. We probably just need to deliver one bean there or something. It wouldn't even surprise me. We'll configure this cargo and we'll make another line over there. Very short one. Coffee. So this is cargo line number 2. Coffee beans to the snake goddess or whatever it was. Has to go from there, other platform to there. Let's see if it takes the right platform. It automatically does it. If not, you can always tell them over here, say, hey, take the other platform. Don't have to tell them to unload here, because this is an unload stop. The only thing it does there in the... That's not... On a truck station you can unload or you can load. On an unload stop you can only unload. So... And now we just need a vehicle on here. So we'll buy a cargo vehicle. One will more than likely do. Because she probably only needs one or two. It's a bonus mission. It's like with that test train earlier. We can probably just put one vehicle on here. Beads. And as soon as it has been... That can go. Oh, I still have the test train track here, by the way, now that I look at that. Go into your line manager, click on it and remove it. We don't need that test train track anymore. That's why we called it 0. Where is our snake bone? Here, this is the beans, boys. No, it's not. This one is. Number 2. He will pick up beans from the other platform, which does not have coffee yet. Let's double check. If we click on the delivery point, right, so this is coffee delivery. The snake goddess. Consumers. It recognized the temple of the snake goddess. It's producing. It might not be putting it out.
What a godsend.
There we go.
Your stylish residence is pleasantly snake-free again.
We got the gold done, which means same story here as with the train earlier. We click on this vehicle and we'll just sell it. Because that bonus mission is over, which also means we can delete all this bullshit. Very well aware of that. Now there is a problem with the line, obviously. We will just remove that line. There we go, as it never existed. Okay, second bonus mission is done. Now we can deal with this one. They want us to send the trains to the depot and remove the stop at the coffee plantation from the route. So over here, apparently we cannot drive through this anymore. So you needs to go to the depot. You can turn in immediately. You need to turn around. And you can also go to the depot. Send the trains to the depot and remove the stop from the plantation. We have to wait till they're in the depot probably, otherwise they're gonna start complaining that they don't know what to do with their line. Okay, they're both in. Okay, so we need to remove this station, I believe is what the thing is. Remove the stop. Yeah. Okay.
To enable coffee production to continue making progress in future, the route ought to be relocated to an area where it can be assumed that the expected eruptions will leave it intact.
Remove the station and the tracks from the damaged zone of the volcano and rebuild them outside of this area. Okay. So this needs to go. So we're gonna have to go around this mountain. That's what it's basically telling us. Try to keep about 100 kilometers an hour. Still gonna be a sharp one, but that's fine. And now we need a new station here. buildings, cargo, we can do a terminus here. I'm gonna turn it around a little bit like this. Okay, hold C, because otherwise it's gonna do this, automatically gonna clip it, so hold C that it doesn't do that. And then you can put it there wherever you want it. Now we made it a bit too sharp that turn, but that's fine. We'll solve that by removing some of the drag there. We can make it probably. Good enough.
The danger has been averted. Transport can be resumed. What's more, the volcano is showing signs of calming down again. The fertile island has a lot more to offer than coffee. The widow of a friendly grower, may the poor devil rest in peace, has been planting sugarcane lately. Make the lady happy by providing her with your services.
I am not a fan of these little passages all over the place, so I am just going to double track this. We have enough money as it is. That has a few points in. Okay, now we just need some signals and we'll change a few things here. Make this a double switch so that it can go. The double slip switch is something, it slows down your trains very badly in a way, but that doesn't matter if they come out of a depot. So coming out of a depot, I sometimes use these things. So you can click on this and then say double slip switch yes, and then that train from this track can go to both of these tracks, and the same you do here. Though it doesn't give me one here though. What is that for shit? Why doesn't it give me a switch here? To make it too sharp? That's probably it. Now we can still do it like this though. Too much courage, that's why it doesn't give me a double slip here. So yeah, we can't go right anymore apparently. For the single track, we could just make that turn, but now that we have this track here, it's too sharp apparently. Unless I can start here, let's try that. Oh, it does not want to do it. Let me try to smoothen this out and see if that helps the world. No connection. He wants to go there almost though. Then we have to go left, I guess. Whatever. In this case, I don't need a double switch here. We just want to go to that track then. Oh no, I do need a double switch because otherwise we can't send them back to the depot anymore. Oh yeah, from here, I guess. Now we can send them to the depot from both sides, and if it goes out, it will always go out that way, but that's fine. Now, of course, what we need to do is rename this line and add that new station that we have there. There we go. So that's our first problem solved. Second problem we have now is it doesn't want to go into the other line because we don't have any signals. So we're gonna have to put some stops in there. Like if that train comes from here, we want it to stop there. This one can go. We want it to stop here in case there is, if we want to go left, we need to stop here. We want to stop coming out of the depots. And one there. That's okay. And then we just put a few double waypoints here and there every few hundred meters basically. Then we don't have too many stops. That's why this is better than these passages that we were using earlier. And then here we just need a stop here. Just in case somebody's on the platform, then you will wait on it, and that's it. So that's all done. Now we click on our depot. And we put these two through train things back on their positioning. Now of course they're going to come out both, and they have to go left because we couldn't make that right corner. Although he can still do that, I think. But yeah, you see, this one goes past this signal, then this one will just continue because this one is already passed. This one goes past this signal, this one is already passed. The fruit is already coming back out. We'll smoothen this out here a little bit as well. And then cheat a little bit with the colors. There we go. Now this train has loaded. This one will wait here in case and so they will sort of balance themselves out as they go. Okay. So while this is doing its thing, we have another bonus mission, which is the last one. Let's accept it.
The sugar must be transported to town. From there it is shipped and then served when continental Europeans get together for coffee.
Okay, so we also need coffee over here. Now, if you press on numpad 6 or the goods layer in here, oh, they did not give us that available. That's unfortunate. Otherwise, we could see where the city actually needs this sugar cane. Because I'm assuming by just delivering it here, it will be fine. We don't need to put it actually on a stop. But so yeah, we have a problem here, of course. We have to gonna reconfigure this station because now they also want us to do cargo. So we're gonna put another track here. We're gonna go a cargo platform. And then see if we can fit in a little building. That's fine, you can go. That's that problem. Now. Our problem here is gonna be that we are now have to make a crossing.
Traffic is flowing full steam ahead. The plantation business is developing magnificently. In light of all this success, the incumbent governor is thinking of moving back to his Dutch homeland in good time. Thanks to your outstanding work, you have a good chance of inheriting his post.
Making a crossing here or a diamond here is going to be a bit of a problem. So I'm just going to do a double crossing like this. And then make sure that that train stops there in case there is a train on the left lane. And we also want to make sure that you want to stop here potentially. In case this train on the left track starts faster and turns right, we want this one to wait here. Basically. Potentially. In case there are two trains here at the same time, we need to make sure that they don't run into each other. So we need to put a stop here for that reason. And then we'll do a double one here. And then we just need tracks. I'm just gonna double it. Always good idea to put some stops before a tunnel and behind the tunnel. And put some more stops here because we're also going to double track here as well. Where do you want to be? Sugarcane, right? want to come from there, basically. And then we want to go there. That's what I thought. I was gonna do funny business here. He doesn't like this very much. Has to do with altitude and so. This is fine, but the problem now is, oh, if I make this a, oh yeah, if I make this a double switch, then it can go. Also, the passenger train come from here, go into that track, and the other one will just go straight. It's not the smoothest over here, but it is what it is. And that solves a bunch of our problems. So we want another signals here and there. We want to stop here. We want to stop here. That needs to go to the other sides. And we'll double switch it in case this train needs to go in. It can go in, it coming out, it can go out. And if there is one coming out from that side and there is a train arriving, then actually we'll put a stop there, that they don't run into each other. And we'll put one here as well in case there's just a track here, then this thing needs to wait here. That's that. Now we have doubles from there, that's okay. So this one can do, and then we actually have to do the same here. To be, if you really want to make it properly, you actually want to come from the other side and clip it out. Something like that. Stop. Stop here and stop there. And then we need a double slip here as well. So it can come in and out both sides. That's fine, and the rest, everything is done. Now we just need a station here which can do sugarcane. Which means we need a building, cargo, one track is fine. And we want that to point that way. Where is our station? Over there. Sort of a little bit that way, I think. That's sort of the way we have it. Hold C so that it doesn't clip. And we can put it exactly where we want it. There we go. That's good enough. Yep. Place it down. And now we just need to connect this. And then the other one. Go there. And this one can stop here in case there is a second train on this one. And this one can stop here. Good enough. And this one can stop here in case this train is just crossing. Theory, you could put one here, but that's no need. We can put it here. It will use that stop here. It will use that stop. If something is happening here on these crossings, then this guy will stop here. That's all good. Gucci Gucci. Now we just need a train. We need this one now. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 50 kilometers an hour. Look at that, we have something that does 50 kilometers an hour. So let's put that thing in front of us. 270 horsepower. It's also the most powerful. That's gonna bring a problem with it. So this is gonna be cargo train number 2, which is sugarcane. That's all we need to know. That's gonna bring a problem with it. First of all, we don't have a line, so let's deal with that first. Cargo train number 2 is sugarcane to Surabaya, which needs to go from this station to the in case of you made a station double, make sure you click on the right icon. We need the cargo, not the passenger. We need the cargo, and it should go automatically to that other platform. You can always check your station, which is the case. It does what it needs to do, and it does everything else what it needs to do here as well. It keeps on the 2 yellow lines, and the passenger line will come here. There are 2 problems now. First of all, we need to get that train. Also don't like this. There we go. We need to get that passenger train, which is over there. We need to manage that vehicle, and we are going to edit it, which is the wrench over here. And we're gonna see, that's what I thought. We're gonna remove this, and we're gonna put one of these new ones so that this train can also do 50 kilometers an hour. Otherwise, one is doing 45, the other one is 50. They're both on the same line. One is going to hold up the other one. So make sure they have both the same speed. So we're going to modify that one. And we're going to recolor that one. And put it on the line. That's one. Now this one, now that we have a line, we can put this one on yellow. There we go. And press play. And there is our sugarcane. And the switch is working. It goes to the right lane. Passenger lane is working as well. So let's turn around here and see what's going on when these two actually meet. Should be not a problem. Yep, he does the switch here to the right immediately. They do not run into each other. There is no problem. People are still waiting. We click on the cargo here. You can see that there is sugarcane waiting already. So it's working. And over here our 2 trains are still going up and down. Now if we click on our line manager, we have bought a lot of trains and so we probably have some losses here and there. But not so many. These are the lines that we have. The only thing which is losing our money is the sugarcane, and that is because we just started it up. Give it a few minutes, it will also make us money. Everything else is making money. Both of our bus lines are making us money, so fine, good enough with 3 vehicles on it. The coffee line is making us not that much money. We're only transporting 9, there's not so much coffee being transported. We can probably remove 1 or 2 vehicles here to make it make more money. And the fruit trains are making us a few $100,000, so we can definitely use those 3. And once the sugarcane, it is full already, as you can see. 16 out of 16. Once that thing delivers, it's going to give us some money. I'm assuming that it will be delete if you click on this. Yeah, it's connected to the whole city, so it's automatically connected, although we cannot see that because that's a thing which is not available. But if he drops off, you will see he does the double switch there.
The sugar rattles toward town quickly.
And there's our last gold medal.
What a pleasure.
And if we now click on the line, everything is making money because it did his first delivery. Now that happens, what we did now is the normal mission stopped at some point and we only had 2 gold medals. Then you click on continue playing and you do your last bonus mission. Otherwise, if you go back to the menu, you will see you only have 2 gold medals. What you can also do is whenever you get your 3rd bonus mission, you can ignore whatever the main mission is and do your last bonus mission first and make sure that is first delivered. As you can see, it was just delivering the sugarcane. That's all we needed to do. Now this line, this thing will start producing sugarcane, as you can see. So this is not something, if you need to do a bonus task like this is not something you have to stop. Like that test track, we immediately deleted. And what was the other bonus task? Oh yeah, bring some coffee to the goddess here. We immediately deleted as soon as we had it. But this thing is actually making you good money. That sugarcane thing. We'll see what it drops off. And now we're losing a bit of money because he's have to drive. There he is. Yeah. See, he's making us 100,000 every time he drops off. Went from minus 16 something to 75,000 plus. So if you let that thing run for a bit, then it will be also a 200,000-300,000 train. It's bringing cargo always pays you very well. Trains will always pay you more. Now these numbers are very small, but if you play on a normal map, let's say, most of your trains will make you at least $1 million, $1.5 million. Your trucks are only gonna make you 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 maybe, and your bus lines, yeah, something like this, 20, 15, 20, 30,000. If you have enough people in town, in this case around 200. Semarang, it might be a problem, right? We already brought a lot of people to Surabaya, where we are delivering the sugarcane and the coffee. In Semarang, we are not delivering anything. So people are going to come to here to do their shopping and come working, and probably also decide to come and live here because there is food over here and over there is nothing. So this empty. This is something you need to keep an eye on. This city might actually lose stuff happening. We also have buses going around. We have 2 stations nearby. So as you can see here, emissions minus 20%. And we are not bringing anything in that town, so we are not getting anything which actually makes the city grow. We have 20% from public transportation, because we have a train station with passengers. And we also have a bus line going around, so that's plus 20%. We are also, by improving the roads a bit, we are giving people a chance to do their private transport. So that's 30% growth. But we are losing 20% because the emissions in this town are pretty bad. Now you can check that with this number 9 on the numpad, but in this tutorial it's not available, so I can't click it. But then you can see where the biggest problem is with the emissions. We did not put buildings anywhere near the residential area, so that's all fine. We put our depot over here. It's in the industrial area, so it should not kill you that much. But of course, we have a train station here. There's another cargo station nearby that all has influence on that city, and we're not bringing anything in. If we look at the other town, we also have minus 20. You're always going to have minus 10 or minus 20 on your emissions. There is nothing you can do about it. But here the situation is completely different. We are getting 20% because we have our public transport. We are giving them lots of roads. We have also improved the roads a bit. So 20% again for private transport. We are getting 50% for bringing in sugarcane, and we are getting 60% for bringing in the coffee beans. As you can see, the city is evolving and growing. We are bigger buildings showing up. Anytime soon we were gonna get skyscrapers. So that's a lot of plus. We are losing 20% on the growth because of the emissions, but we have a 100% growth. And the more sugarcane we drop, it probably goes up again. So this thing has grown the target population with 108 people. So when we started playing this map, it probably had about 100. And they were there. The target population is 108, we have 114, so it only has 6 people since we started playing. Although the growth is plus 10. So we have 180 is now the target, although some are apparently just moved because there are only 140. And here the target population was 108 for the city, but because we are doing so much, it's now actually going towards 248. It's not there yet, but that's where it's going now, because we have 130% growth now. We're bringing in more sugarcane, just dropped up, so that goes up. Yeah, these numbers are going up and down, but we're getting about 120% growth in this city. You can see the new buildings popping up back, left and center. So everything done on this map. If we now go back, just quit to the main menu.
It's the dawning of the 20th century.
Then you can see
The
coffee
island
and
of
colonization. We have the three
tropical
bonus
jewel
tasks.
in the midst of the Indian Ocean, conscientiously
Which brings us to
administered in the north
mission
of
number
Britain,
3
in the midst of the
for
Victorian
the
era.
next time. That
The
will be
industrial
for
city
the next
of Glasgow
episode.
is bursting at the seams.
Shut up, mate.
Man,
Okay. That will be for the next episode. Episode number 2 in the West Indies has been completed and completely done. Took us an hour and a half. Every of these missions will be at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I will keep it in one video. If it goes like 3-4 hours, then I might split it up in 2. We will see. Especially the last mission at the end. There's a lot of stuff happening. And often you have to wait on things to actually move. But I'm also trying to explain at the same time what I'm doing and why I'm doing it like this and not like that. Like, I am not a fan of those passages. It's cheaper in the beginning when you start playing. If you have a train track and you just do a passage so that both trains can pass each other, that's fine, it's cheaper. But in general, you just want to double track the whole track. That is, then you have no trains waiting anywhere. With these passages, if you have these passage points, you can do 2 or 3 or 4 passage points on a train track, but you always gonna have trains waiting. If you have a double track, the only place they're going to potentially be waiting is on a station if you don't have enough platforms or something. But on the line itself, they will constantly, as long as you have enough signals and so, they will constantly keep going. You have to pay for the maintenance, of course, for those tracks and for the signals and all that, but that doesn't compensate that your train is standing still with these passages. Although the maintenance for the signals and the tracks, if you double track it, is quite high, but it's still going to be better than having your train standing still in the middle of a track till the other one has passed again. Because a train standing still is costing you money, that is for sure. Anyway, episode number 2, we did some business with coffee and sugarcane, and everything has been going as planned. For now, at least. That might change in the future. We might make some mistakes here or there. You have to make big mistakes to go broke in the tutorial campaign mission, but if you overdo things a little bit, especially if you play around with the terrain tools a little bit too much, then they are quite expensive. Then it could be that we go broke at some point. But I like things to be a bit smooth as well. As for now, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in episode number 3, which I don't know what he said there. He was talking about it, where we're going next, but we will see. I will see you guys there. Bye bye for now.